So the Battlefield 5 official trailer has launched, and if you were watching the live stream, you would have heard a bit more information surrounding the game itself, such as it being released on October 19th this year. I'm looking forward to that. I obviously want to get my hands on the game, and we will see some open beta early access before that, a link for which can be found on the official Battlefield website. Now in this video I'm going to go through my initial impressions of the trailer, what I think is going to happen with the game and whether I was impressed or not. If you follow me on Twitter you would have seen lots of different tweets regarding this. I tried to tweet out live during the live stream, different things cropped up, and I wanted to make sure that I was getting that initial feed onto Twitter immediately, because obviously after you've watched it and you've watched it through a couple of times you start to get a different opinion. So let's watch through the trailer together. Starting off, of course, it looks absolutely insane. Everyone knew this game was going to look great. It looks a bit like BF1, but maybe with a little bit more shine on it. Of course, the same Frostbite engine, but with a little bit more to it. The initial push into that building was very interesting. You get to meet a couple of the important characters within the game, and then of course you have the voice acting and a couple of melee takedowns that are really very impressive. Now at this point I wasn't really that annoyed. I was watching the game and I was thinking, well, yeah, it's okay, the trailer looks okay. I'm thinking it's going to be quite similar to BF1 in this regard. However, it's not really doing anything that special. It's showing a little bit of destruction, it's showing the same sort of stuff we're used to in the Battlefield franchise, and a lot of people, especially those in my Discord, were thinking the same thing. Yes, there's a few contentious decisions. Maybe you've got the woman in there and you're trying to work out what she's doing there and what her backstory is, but I'm sure that that stuff will come in later into the game. You've got quite a few vehicles on show, planes, ground vehicles, and of course an interesting thing, you have the radio returning to the vehicle as you see them drive away through this wreckage. Interesting stuff. Again, as they come under the bridge, you see the plane crash into the ground with the pilot trying to get out. All of this stuff, of course, is cinematic trailer work, and it didn't really do it for me. I wanted to see more gameplay. It didn't go beyond what Battlefield 1 was doing. You also see a couple of interesting things there with the sandbags building fortifications. An interesting addition, the slide also returned, as you see there, and the UI has been cleaned up a little bit. As you see this MG42 hip firing into the distance. Yep, that's what's going to happen in this game. It is going to be a bit more of a cinematic experience than a competitive one. From first impression, of course this may change with the game, and I do want to see more before I make an official statement on what I think of the game. But what I saw in the trailer really didn't do enough for me. Cinematic, visual, and audio parts of the game were 10 out of 10. Really, really impressive stuff, and the UI does look very clean, but we kind of had that with that initial screenshot. But the actual gameplay behind it, well, it just looks like Battlefield 1, but of course World War II. I was hoping for a little bit more. I tweeted on Twitter about this and many people agreed with me. It was something that didn't quite hit the spot for them, and they were hoping for a real bang with World War II. That being said, I want to see official gameplay. You can't have an opinion on a game like this unless you have that official gameplay right in front of you, because that is what makes or breaks the game. The trailer is largely forgotten about once the game comes out and people start actually playing it. Now, something that really does stand out for me is the like to dislike ratio on the trailer as of making this video. With 300,000 to 400,000 views, the trailer currently has 35,000 likes to nearly 10,000 dislikes. Now that could mean a few things. Firstly, it could mean people are not really warming up to the fact that there is a woman on the cover and then on the main portion of the game as one of the main characters. I personally don't really care for that as long as it's got the right history backing it up. It has to have the history. You can't just make this stuff up. If you're going to make a World War II game and you're going to call it historically accurate, you have to then be historically accurate. I've got no problem with women in video games at all. I think it's great. The audience is obviously made up of all sorts of people, so you've got to kind of cater for that. But you can't then just bend the truth. And of course, this probably might have some historical accuracy behind it, but I want to see that. And I really want to see DICE build on that. In addition to that, people might just be thinking this isn't the game they wanted. They might have wanted a modern game. They might have wanted something futuristic, maybe a Vietnam or a Cold War game. World War II was on the cards. We kind of knew it was coming. But maybe people weren't really expecting DICE to actually go for it. Maybe they were expecting some sort of a bluff. I'm also going to go for the fact that people were expecting more. This trailer is not as good as the Battlefield 1 trailer, and I don't think that's something people can really argue over. Maybe you're more excited for World War II, which is fine, But the fact that it's not as good as the BF1 trailer is not really doing a whole lot for DICE at this point, because they are known for hyping things up, trailers, and really making the best of a situation, such as the reveal of a game such as this, with this sort of magnitude. They haven't really done what they needed to do, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm waiting to see what everyone else thinks of it. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to come out with a video that's saying this game is the best game I've ever seen. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say I was hoping for more. I was really hoping that DICE would go above and beyond and bring us a World War II game that we've all been wanting, bringing us some of that old school Battlefield team play, teamwork, gameplay, the whole lot. It doesn't really do that, but again, some things do excite me, and I'll make a more in-depth video on that later in the week. Thanks for watching, guys. I've also got a video out showing the live reveal with my personal live feed of comms and my friends, what we thought of the game. It's a bit of a reaction video, but obviously nothing too crazy. Just, you know what I'm like. I like to keep it chill on these videos. It's kind of nice, and you might enjoy watching it. You might have a similar opinion to me. If not, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the reveal, and I'll catch you in the next video.